Tesla could set a record one-day gain today following its surprise quarterly report profit after the bell. The stock soared 20% in extended trading, and it's up about, you can see, 17% in the pre-market right now. Lou Basenese, founder and chief analyst of Disruptive Tech Research, joins us again this morning. Okay, Lou, given yesterday's earnings report, I want to get your thoughts on the other side about some comments you made to Lauren Simonetti yesterday.
I say two numbers matter: one, cash flow, and cars delivered. What do you say?
I agree with you 100%, because what you're going to see is the majority of the cars are low margin Model 3s. So that means the cash flow is going to be weak. They've got a huge debt payment coming up in November. This circus will continue. I'm going to go on the record and say this could be the next WeWork that falls apart in terms of valuation.
Lou, do you still feel that way? Could this be the next WeWork? Given that report, there were a lot of things in the report for investors to look forward to. They are ahead of schedule when it comes to their factory in Shanghai, also ahead of production for the Model Y. What do you think? Are you standing by that? Are we waiting for the circus?
Look, I stand by. Elon Musk might be a genius, but he's also a magician. He pulled this quarter a rabbit out of the hat, and if you really dig into the numbers, you know, Lauren said it yesterday, cash flow is a key number for her. The cash flow would not have been there if they didn't use some aggressive accounting. The accounts payable extended out from about 50 some odd days to 62 days, so they're basically delaying payments. That netted them an extra $300 million in cash flow. So if you erase that cash flow is not even there. And that's only just one of the aggressive accounting methods that they're using. And I think that really drives the parallel comparison to WeWork. Adam Newman was using some very aggressive revenue recognition to paint a rosier picture that propped up the valuation for a period of time, and then we saw how quickly it unwound, and I really think that's what's going to happen here with Tesla. You know, another number that stands out for me is the quarterly revenue number. It declined by 8%, the first year-over-year decline since 2012.
All right, well, we'll watch that stock today up about 17% in the pre-market. But I want to ask you about Facebook. Yesterday, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, of course, answering some tough questions from lawmakers all over the board yesterday about the 2020 presidential election, Cambridge Analytica. Really, they were there to ask him about the cryptocurrency Libra. Lawmakers very skeptical about that. Do you think it's because the message is coming from Mark Zuckerberg? If it were coming from someone else, if they were talking to another person about this cryptocurrency Libra, would they be more open to the idea, or is it the fundamentals of the idea that they just don't like?
Yeah, look, I don't think anyone has any trust in Facebook or Zuckerberg, and talking about them expanding into an area of our lives that we need trust. I mean, we require banks to let us trust them, and Facebook, we just can't. So I think it would be a much different story if you had representatives from Visa or MasterCard or PayPal or even Jack Dorsey from Square up there talking about moving into financial services. But Mark Zuckerberg just falls on deaf ears. And you know, I'll give him credit. He stood in there and he took the heat, which is really the best he could have hoped for.
Well, Visa and MasterCard dropped out of the Libra Association, so that won't happen. But I want to ask you now about Amazon reporting today. What are you expecting? What do you think is going to happen with one-day shipping? Is that going to weigh on profits today?
Yeah, I just want to look at the cloud growth. We saw Microsoft report yesterday, and their cloud growth, the Azure growth, is coming down, the quarterly growth rate. So just really focusing on that number from Amazon for an indication of what's going on there for the future.
Got it. Lou Basenese, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Tracy.
All right.